This is my third Firefight video. I should consider this as a tradition every time I upload a video that's Firefight related. Anyway, let's hop on and enjoy. F you ungrateful pieces of shit. Let's have fun. A year ago, I uploaded my first Firefight video with tons of views but rare number of likes. 8 months ago, I uploaded my second Firefight video with an increasing amount of over 300 views and a number of likes. Can this video get to 1,000 views and 100 likes? We will never know. Let's load up Halo 3 ODST and hop in. For those of you non-Halo players who just got into this game but doesn't know how this works, this is a survival wave defense game type or HOD mode first introduced in ODST. It basically works as Call of Duty Zombies, but I will explain how this works anyway. Enemies spawn in waves prior to advancing through difficulties that make them way more harder. Furthermore, there are 5 waves per round, 3 rounds per set, plus a bonus round. As you progress through sets and rounds, skulls will be determined at the end of each round on your left side and on the top right of your screen beside your score multiplier. Both your multiplier and your difficulty will accumulate the scores which are currently active. And finally, you start with limited of 7 lives. You gain 1 of bonus lives through completing rounds. Additionally, in Firefight, your lives share between all players. Basically, if you're paired up with a group of people and one of them is being a dumbass, if he dies, you all lose a life. Coming back to the skulls, your set of skulls will determine by advancing rounds prior to the enemies aggressively outnumbering you. The first skull activated titled Tough Luck, which makes it so that the enemies are a lot better dodging grenades. With enemies dropping in an area, it was time to get to shooting. First wave is always jackals and grunts, considering them as small minions. Second wave, you have regular brutes and jackpack brutes. I was unlucky to get jackpack brutes because they randomly used their jetpacks when I was about to deplete their shields. If you are lucky enough to snipe them mid-air with a sniper, then it's no problem. On every map, there are 4 health packs, SMGs, and pistols for ammunition. Those reset at the end of each round. In this clip you are watching right here, it was an unfortunate timing cornering myself from a number of brutes pushing me against the wall, causing my first death. But that was okay because I thought of a plan that I could have shown you earlier. Get a plasma weapon, unloading to deplete their shields, and finish them off with a headshot with a pistol. At first, the number 1 Covenant weapon is a plasma pistol for an easy depletion, but the plasma rifle is actually better. I forgot to mention one small detail about the brutes. After taking off their shields, they become berserk and charge at you like a motherfucking bull. So the one thing you can do is to evade their attack to expose their back, which you can perform a back smack. It's called a back smack because you're smacking their backs for an easier kill. I was already on wave 4 and I had the most quote-unquote experience of my life.
Do you think the rest of the Covenant is gonna stop the Master Chief? Haha, shit.
Drones. I fucking hate drones. After 2 minutes of cleaning up the drones, I was only on my final wave. This is where it gets difficult from here. A number of brutes drop in alongside chieftain brutes. Chieftain brutes carry a strong weapon of a gravity hammer, and they obviously have shields for me to deal with. I originally had an easy plan to perform. Let them swing at me while on foot for me to evade and perform an easy back smack. I got killed. Anyway, let them swing their hammer for an easy evasion, exposing their backs for a quick back smack. Easy kill. After killing the Hammer Chieftain, another Chieftain spawns alongside a number of brutes but carrying a plasma turret. I cost me another death getting flanked from the brute. Unfortunate, right? There were 6 enemies remaining, but I downed the brute, which results to 5 left. I would like to say the carbine is really good for taking down shields easily. If I had another plasma weapon in my hand, I would feel overpowered. Anyway, there are a couple of jackals to take down, and that was round 1. After round 1, your health resets to full and extra ammo provided. Round 2 repeats this cycle but advances to the next level. Again, that was round 1, now beginning another. Right now, I have a skull activated called Catch. Catch makes it so that the enemies toss or drop grenades. Wave 1 repeatedly spawns jackals and grunts. Wave 2 now spawns in invisible brutes. Invisible brutes are the most scariest encounter. They perpetually chuck a Hail Mary of flame grenades at me, meanwhile one of them anchors. I have to keep an eye out like a bird's point of view, ensuring they won't come and flank me. Oh, and then of course, after that last round, I was at 4 lives. And now I gain an extra life, which puts me to 5 total. Unlike flame grenades, invisible brutes repeatedly chuck flashbangs. I don't know why they do that. I guess it's because they like to see my screen flashing white at 1 o'clock in the morning. Flame grenades are easy to evade, but they keep damaging you if you either go near it or they were perfectly thrown at you. Even if they miss, they keep burning on the ground.
Like that, for example, like what the fuck?
Not even a few seconds spawning in, there were 3 more invisible brutes dead ahead, so I chucked 2 frags in front of them.
Double kill.
I got a double kill. That was something. Regular drones are fine to execute, but whoever's responsible to add shielded drones with a plasma rifle, Marty, is the most ridiculous feature ever added into the game. Oh, and then of course there was another shielded drone near my spawn, Marty, which cost me another death, bringing me down to 3 lives. I was already on wave 4, but there was nothing else to talk about. Well, almost. There were 4 brutes dead center, so I was trying my best to clean them up for a while before moving on to my final wave.
Killing frenzy. You're trying to take him alive? Use a grenade. Reinforcements.
Strangely, I didn't feel as if there were multiple enemies outnumbering me. I just had 2 brutes in certain areas with 1 dead center and 1 flanking near my spawn. I almost cost me death from the brute though. Close call. Somehow, I died in the most unconventional way. A brute stuck a spike grenade onto me, causing me another death. The first half of the game went from progress to hot mess. Get f***ed, idiot. There were 2 jackpack brutes remaining, which I didn't even get to kill one of them, and yet the announcer calls
Last enemy.
that one brute killed himself. So embarrassing. Okay, and that's another round in the books. Time for round 3. For the last 5 waves, I downgraded from 5 lives to now 2. But I gained an extra life, which pushed me to 3 lives total. Not very good. I would say my tendencies right now are to rush the enemies quickly, racking up high scores as much as I can when I could have stand back in my spawn, camping for easy kills with just a simple plasma weapon and a pistol. Now hopefully this next round will turn the tables better, right? Well, not clearly. Round 3, I now have activated another skull called Black Eye. Black Eye makes it so that the only method to gain health back is to melee an enemy. Black Eye makes a little bit of a difficulty jump because not only do I have to keep killing more enemies, but I have to watch out for one encounter. The brutes. Brutes engage aggressively after taking off their shield, so if I'm not careful enough, especially with how many lives I have, I should probably just disintegrate my life save. Picked off the number of jackals from wave 1, now moving on to wave 2. There were a couple of drones rushing me, but I was near my spawn, thankfully. I was able to react to grunts' approach from throwing their plasmas to my face.
Double kill.
Wave 4, there was nothing else to talk about. This was a calming round. Excellent. After me saying that, it cost me a fucking death to the fire grenade. Oh, look, is that a chieftain brute? Perish. Let's grab a sniper. So the sniper is still good for taking down shields as it only takes 2 shots. However, the chieftain shields only take down 3 shots.
Killing spree. 5 enemies remain.
Now, I could sneakily grab a plasma weapon, but I was cornered by a chieftain and a regular brute, so I waited until one of them pushes in my spawn, letting them swing for an easy backsmack.
Last enemy.
And that was another wave finished. If all 3 rounds are completed, you're to advance in a bonus round. Bonus round is a limited timed round where you just fight grunts with every skull turned on. Dying doesn't downgrade your lives, you're basically racking up as many points as possible, gaining bonus lives with over 2,000 points. If you don't get 2,000 points or bonus lives, you still get an extra life. With 1 minute on the clock cleaning up the grunts, I was able to get to round 2 in no time. And just like that, I was through the first set. I ended the bonus round with over 14,000 points, which gained bonus lives of the 2 to now 4 lives. I was now in set 2. But things escalated from here. As you complete sets, other skulls added in the first round are activated permanently. What the hell are you doing? However, round 1 of set 2, I now have activated 2 skulls of Tough Luck and Tilt. The Tilt skull amplifies both the enemy's weaknesses and resistances. So for instance, enemies are resistant to human weapons but weaker against plasma weapons. That skull is now activated permanently throughout the entire set, so now I have to be even more reliable on plasma weapons rather than human weapons. But hey, now that Catching Black Eye turned off, this is what we consider calling this a free wave, meaning if I die in the most stupidest ways possible, I should probably just go ahead and delete my YouTube channel. I was able to clean up the grunts really quickly though. I was now in wave 2.
Reinforcements.
I got a nice overkill on the grunts and I had 2 regular brutes alongside with them rushing me. But I was able to kill both of them.
Overkill.
Now get it off me! Take cover!
Funny thing, I had a brute trash talking me.
The back will overwhelm you!
Idiot. Wave 3. I had a number of brutes from afar. Killed 1, and what is bro doing? There were more jackpack brutes to deal with, but that would be the last thing to say because I'm lazy. Stuck one right in the ball sack. Killed 1. Depleted the brute shields, letting him come down. Killed another one. I ended up cornering myself, but I witnessed a crazy grenade sequence. You won't believe what I'm encountering next. Yeah, that's right. I ended up fighting against 2 hunters, but luckily on the alpha side there is a shotgun nearby. So I snatched the shotgun out in order to execute both hunters down. Hunters are not that bad to deal with as long as you don't do something crazy stupid, especially with how many lives you have, like myself. Wave 4, there was honestly nothing else to point out. This was an easy round to clean up, and because of that, I was already advancing to my final wave. Again, after me saying that, I got double teamed. I literally got tag teamed and got punched mid-air that sent me flying, like how Goku and Vegeta did. And because of that, I cost me another death. Oh no. Now that was too close for comfort. I was able to rack up kills on the grunts and finish my first wave on my second set. The start of set 2, I now activated my catch skull back, along with 2 other permanent skulls for the entire set. Wave 1, a free wave. I completed a challenge. Wave 2, I faced off a golden hunter but least amount of health unlike blue hunters, so it was a pretty easy execution. And just like that, oh shit, there was another one. Wave 3, a number of brutes and grunts were after me, so I quickly EMP'd the brute and finished him off with a headshot. Oh look, I got a rampage medal. Wave 4, there was honestly nothing. Oh shit, I just got Hail Mary. Over here, I panicked and overswung the invisible brute, which cost me another death, putting me with 1 more life remaining.
1 life left.
That was another close call. Not good. Wave 5, I see this brute playing Ring Around the Rosie in front of me. So that was something. There were the last couple of jackals dead center and I was able to clean them up, finishing another wave. Unfortunately, things escalated from here again, typically speaking of difficulty. I now gain an extra life, putting me at 1. I now activated my 3rd skull of a set, Black Eye. This is where it escalates. Weirdly, I had a golden hunter after me, but I was near a shotgun thankfully. With the golden hunter out of the way, I can now progress. Honestly, there was nothing else to point out, it was a simple cleanup. Skipping to the boss wave, it really was a tough one.
spree. Triple kill. 5 enemies remaining. 2 enemies remaining. Triple kill. Last enemy. Lives added. 1 life left.
Fast forward to the bonus round, well, you can tell I was getting extra points for bonus lives. And just like that, I finished the second set with over 39,000 points. I'll take it. With only 1 life remaining, I now gain an extra bonus lives, which puts me at 3 lives total. However, this is where Firefight escalates its difficulty. Because of my progression, enemies will advance a lot more, unlike those previous rounds. Wave 1 of set 3 activates 3 skulls of Tough Luck, Tilt, and Famine. All of the combined skulls makes the enemies a lot more harder to hit with human weapons, so I really have to be even more reliable on plasma weapons for depleting its shields. Just to point out, Tough Luck and the Tilt skull come back every round 2 or 3 respectively. I am hoping I don't reach the Mythic skull, otherwise my asshole would have been demolished. Wave 1, you know the drill, I'm not going to explain it to you already. Wave 2 spawns and brutes and they are a difficult encounter. Just push to wave 3 and cornering myself, preventing from getting killed. I then got killed. But that was okay because now I know what I need to strategize to execute more brutes. Okay, what in the f*** was that? I have no more lives, so I gotta play smart as possible to advance through the next wave.
Double kill.
This is for
Alright, cutting to... You know what, I'm gonna be fast forwarding through this entirety and showing you my final death. And that's Firefight. Regular Firefight was a lot of fun to play in, but there could have been more improvements. If you want to check out all of my Halo videos, I will link the playlist in the description down below. Feel free to subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up if it's entertaining. I will also link an uncut video right up on the screen here. Go check out the full video if you want. Otherwise, see you guys in the next video.